it is Nikki. Welcome back to the channel and Merry Late Christmas! I hope that your Christmas season was full of Jesus and chocolate and Hallmark movies and Jesus. I have a topic in mind for today's video, something that has been really a game changer for me in my writing adventure over the past week or so. But first, I do have to show off one Christmas present which just needs to be shown. I can't not. If anyone's going to appreciate this, it's going to be you guys. So check out the Chronicles of Narnia Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe writing gloves from Story Arts, an online shop that I discovered, I don't even know when, maybe last year. So cute. They have such great stuff, and I have been admiring their stuff for a long time, so I'm really pumped to have these. I just feel more inspired and like more competent as a writer when I put them on. They're like magical. I will try to remember to put the link to the shop in the description below so you can check it out. Having established that, which is one very inspiring thing that came out of this past week and Christmas and stuff, there is something else that has helped me with my writing recently, and that is The Story Equation by Susan May Warren, which is a book that I have heard about for the past little while. I've heard really good things about. With the semester done and when I finally had like holiday time for reading, I could just sit down and read this book, and it didn't take me very long. I think I got through it in like 2 hours. It's the kind of book where you read it once, absorb a lot of the information, and then you can just go back and like dig deeper into all of the separate little topics. It's basically like a systematic way of approaching building a good story and making sure that you have all the ingredients necessary for a good character, first of all, and a story that readers will be invested in because they're invested in your character. It's so accessibly written. It is very straightforward. It's easy to follow. And what's interesting is that the equation itself, while you might think like, oh, a story can't be boiled down to an equation, stories are complicated and stuff, when you actually look at the ingredients that she says are necessary for a solid story, it's true. Like, the equation really can be applied to most stories, I think, even if it may look different in, say, a fantasy than in a romance or a western. The shape of the story kind of remains the same. So that's been really interesting to see how that works and to see how those pieces fit together in a good story. And more than all that, it has been extremely helpful for me in figuring out what is wrong with my current project, because I've known for a long time that there is something just not quite there, like something integral that I'm missing, and I had a rough idea that it had to do with my main character and his desires and his wants, but I couldn't really pin it down. So reading this book has been really helpful because it really emphasizes the necessary ingredients to make a character whose investment in something we can be invested in. So it's things like, what is his dark moment story, the thing in the past that has really shaped him and made him who he is in sort of a negative way? What is the lie that he's believing that he'll have to break through in order to move forward? What is the wound that he's carrying forward? What is his secret desire? Things like that. And while I am thankful and happy to say that I did put a lot of thought into those things intuitively, and the foundation for those things is there in the story, I don't think I hashed them out as clearly or as concretely as I should have. I think I maybe underestimated how important those things are and thought like, okay, I have an idea of what his greatest desire is, and I can hash that out as I go on, so that's fine. But after reading this book, I have more of an understanding of the importance of laying those things out earlier and making it clear, okay, this is his desire, this is his goal, this is what drives him, this is why he is where he is, and this is why we're going to follow him forward. It's a little bit daunting to look back on, like, say, part 1 of my fantasy project and realize, okay, definitely work needs to be done there, and there's a lot of rewriting that needs to be done. What else is new with this project, honestly? But it's also really helpful to have, like, solid direction and to have a clear, like, checklist of things that I need to do. Like, I have feedback coming in from my critique team, and that's also going to help me strengthen it. But this is like a, before you do anything else, these things need to be in place for you to have a strong opening. This book also uses the, I was going to say the 4-act story structure, but I think it's the 3-act story structure, but Act 2 has 2 parts. So it's like Act 1, Act 2A, Act 2B, and Act 3. The book actually gives you a pretty clear, like, step-by-step idea of what each act should include in what order, which might be daunting for some people, or sort of like ugh, for some people. I don't know if you're the type of person that just doesn't like approaching things in that systematic way and you'd rather just go by feel. While there's obviously room for flexibility, I'm finding it helpful to have at least some sort of reference point of where my story should be at which point. I'm still excited to make the changes and to try and sort of work what I have in my fantasy project to the story equation going forward. That will be a sort of like down the road project. Step 1 is finishing my critique reading of all 4 parts of this project and then letting it sit for a while, then looking at the feedback and making a revision plan, and then starting rewrites with the story equation. But either way, I'm really thankful for this time over the holidays to read this book, really good book, and to just have my eyes completely opened as to how to approach plotting a story. So that is all from me. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like and subscribe and comment below with a writer's craft book that has been really helpful for you. I've heard good things about Save the Cat. Is that one that I really should try? Do you have any other recommendations? I would be really interested to hear that. And as always, do not forget to spend some time in the clouds today.